What's up, guys? My name is Rob. Welcome back to Rule of Two Review. And today, will the Order 1886 really be worth your money? So for my second Sony news video of the day, sadly, it's another not very positive piece of news. It's really unfortunate because I like having a reason to talk about Sony or Microsoft. You know, I do so much Nintendo talk on this channel, which I love. It's the most important thing to me, of course, and everyone seems to love that. But I do like talking about Sony, Microsoft, PC, anything else going on gaming related, you know, because I like and support everybody. I mention that all the time, and it's very true. So I have a reason to talk about two pretty interesting pieces of Sony news today. However, they're both negative, you know, and that really just kind of sucks. Anywho, what is it that I'm talking about today? Well, apparently, due to a full Let's Play video that was posted on YouTube earlier today, or maybe it was even yesterday, it turns out that there are rumors starting to pop up that the game is going to be very short. I mean, extremely, insultingly short. According to the GameSpot article that actually broke the news about this YouTuber's, full playthrough of the entire game, that video with all the cutscenes is apparently only 5 hours. 5 freaking hours for this beautiful, gorgeous-looking, pretty high-profile PlayStation 4 exclusive. And we know that this PlayStation 4 exclusive is existing in a world where there's almost no PlayStation 4 exclusives. Here we are, the second month of the year, and this is a great time for Sony to start bringing out a lot of good titles. And the Order 1886 is a title that I can honestly say that they need to be a hit. They need it to be received well, hopefully reviewed well. They need it to sell well. They need to know that gamers and people who are buying and supporting the PlayStation 4 enjoy this game. This is a time for Sony. I think that if this year doesn't really go that well as far as their library goes, they might actually start to see a strong decline in their impressive sales leading up to this point. So I don't want that to happen, so let's hope that this isn't the case. But when it comes to the Order 1886, man, if this game is really that short, and I mean 5 hours, again, with fully extended cutscenes. Like, apparently there were no skipping of the cutscenes in this person's video, and the word is that the cutscenes themselves take up 2 or 3 hours, which means the gameplay itself might only be 2 to 3 hours long. Oh my fucking God, if that is true. And again, I haven't watched it. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to see too many other details about the game. But this is one of actually a few reports that I've seen today about the length of the game and how short it's apparently be. If it is that short, I am insulted. And I have been saying that although I want to love the game because the setting is cool, it hasn't been looking that great overall, and the previews haven't been very strong, but I've decided that I was going to pick it up and play it so I could support it, support the PS4, and actually be able to share my feelings about the game from a point of knowledge and education, not just saying, oh, the game looks dumb, so the PlayStation 4 is dumb and the Order is dumb just because I want to say it's dumb. No, I plan on, or at least I have been planning on, paying for it, like spending my money on it, buying the game, playing it, and then sharing my thoughts on it. But now I don't really know if I can do that. I don't know if I feel good spending my $60 on this next-gen game, only to have a couple hours worth of play. And, you can make the case that if the game is good, if it's tight, if it's well constructed, if the gameplay is fantastic, if the story is entertaining, that at least it's still a good package in and of itself, and that should still justify it. And, okay, there is certainly a case for that to a certain degree. There's no doubt that that is true, and that can make, a game with a lot of other faults still worthwhile. I think a lot of the games that we all love, whatever appeals to us, I mean, most games are actually fairly average. Most games have a lot of different problems with them, but it's all these other things that you like about them that still make it worthwhile and okay. And yes, that can be true. Now, when it comes to a game like The Order, at least the problem that people are talking about, if the game is that short, I feel like this is kind of outside the boundaries of acceptance, only if it is that short. Now, if the game is as short as like 8 hours or so, that's in enough of a gray area that I would feel comfortable still picking up the game and hoping that it actually turns out to be really good. And I don't think that that's so egregious of a mistake. But if it is as short as a lot of people seem to be claiming, and again, this first article is from GameSpot, very high-profile website. They, like them or not. I don't actually like them as far as their opinions go, but they are a credible news source, whether you like it or not. So if they're making the claim based on what they've seen that this game could only be 5 hours long, which includes only 2.5 hours of gameplay, that's a problem. To me, that is unforgivable. That is not okay. And I would have to refuse to buy the game. And as much as I want to support, exclusives on the PlayStation 4 because the system goddamn needs them, I'm not going to, totally burn my money away. I will not waste $60 for the sake of that kind of experience, and again, I'm really hoping that this turns out to be wrong. I'm going to wait for reviews now. I was going to pick it up day one, which is now tomorrow. I'm now going to wait for reviews to come out, get a good consensus from a couple of different people and articles and locations and YouTubers who can actually tell me if the game is good or pretty good, and B, if the game is as short as these claims claim to be. If the game is 4 or 5 hours, no way, man. I want to support it, but I can't do it, unless the game is excellent otherwise. I mean, if it's getting perfect 10s from people that I know and trust. But, I think we all know that that's pretty much not going to happen. If the game turns out to be just mediocre, 7s, 8s, 8.5, and is still a 5-hour game and a 5-hour experience, I can't do it. So anyway, I don't know. I just think that this is really interesting. To me, I'm still considering this rumor because until reviews come out from, reputable sources that actually can tell us this is how long the game was for me and this is, the review and the review score that I'm giving it is based on this and this game is this long or this short, that is when I'm going to really believe and understand what this game is actually going to be offering. Until then, I'm going to, even though I kind of am leaning towards believing this, I'm going to leave it as a rumor in my own mind until I see otherwise, because I want to believe in this game enough to pick it up. I want it to be at least okay, if not very great. Like I said, so that the PS4 can finally start having a pretty good library. And so, yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's just my really quick thoughts and feelings on it. I'm disappointed to see this rumor and this information circulating the internet. And, like I said, with any luck, it's going to be proven wrong, and I might actually have a reason to pick up and support this game. So those are my quick thoughts on this random news about the Order 1886. What do you guys think? Have you been excited for the game? Do you think that there's any truth to this rumor? If this rumor turned out to be true, would it impact your interest in the game or your enjoyment of the game? Definitely please talk about it below. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and kind of get into a good debate about it all. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to subscribe to Rule of Two Review. Follow the links below to the Facebook page and the Twitter. Of course, like and share the video and your comments and your thoughts about the Order 1886 below. And I will catch you guys on another video for Rule of Two Review.